everybody! Welcome back. We had probably by far our most successful Kerbal Space Program episode in our last episode, so I'm pretty happy. We're testing out 2 engines in orbit right now. We've got to get to about 400,000 meters to make those work. But I got a high apple pie in the sky hopes when it comes to those, and we've completed at this point more than we've canceled, so that's like a start. We also upgraded our science so we can actually have struts now, which is like an enormous improvement. The easiest one for us to do, I would say, is the, well, I'll go back here. We can upgrade other buildings, by the way. I just don't know if I want to be that spendy right off the bat here. Like, what happens if you upgrade mission control? Tracking station upgrade required for flight planning. If you upgrade the vehicle assembly bay, max parts supported. Ooh. So I see. The launch pad is more weight. The vehicle assembly building is more parts. Tracking station not relevant for me right now. Okay, we can't even come close to affording that. Astronaut complex. You can do EVAs. Okay, well that's for the distant future. And we can have more strategies when we upgrade the administration building. It's almost tempting to do this, but it's going to be quite expensive. Let's try to complete this contract first. We will need more parts at some point, but I don't think we need more parts immediately at that cost. So let's start with the swivel engine, 320 to 330,000 meters in orbit, and having a swivel engine remain. So, don't cancel contract. That's not what you want to do. So I'm going to get rid of all my hopes and dreams here. I know we build like largely the same rocket over and over, but we don't need, yeah, get rid of all of it. We don't need the Terrier engine if we're just going to rock. Why is this? Cannot be the first part on a vessel. That makes sense. I'm trying to see the new stuff that we got here. Should be in structural, I suppose. Which is structural, which is this thing. There we go, struts. Structural fuselage. Oh, okay. That's good. And we can use these to have more launch stability as well. The adapter allows us to go from the bigger parts to the smaller parts and vice versa. And still keep them connected. But anyway, I thought we had a second pod. Wasn't there like a crew? Yeah, this thing, crew cabin. I don't think we need it. Right now, at least, but it's good to know, I suppose. I mean, nobody's going to be living in space for the time being. Anyway, start with the obvious. We're going to go, parachute. Toss that on there. Even though it does cost us a part. There we go, shift and mouse button here. Even though it costs us a part, we are going to put the heat shield on right after as well. Which is in temperature, or thermal. And it's got to be this one to fit properly. Okay. And then we're going to put the standard decoupler. Oh, no, wait, this is a new one. This is the huge one, right? Yeah, we don't want that. We want the stack decoupler. Okay. Then we know we need to test the swivel engine. So this is actually, like, abundantly obvious, I'm assuming. This rocket is going to look very similar to our last one. But I kind of like doing it all at once here. And we're testing the swivel. I will double check that just before we take off. It's not a ton of fuel. But you know what? Let's try to make it work. Again, if it doesn't work right off the bat, we can always mix it up. Then we'll take not stack decouplers, sorry, take radial decouplers. We are trying to get higher this time, if you know what I mean. So I'm thinking that if possible, I would like to have this trilateral symmetry just because it gives you a better thrust to weight ratio, which I don't really know what I'm talking about when I say that, but effectively what I'm saying is if you're going to have 600 fuel, it makes more sense if you're really trying to get real high, real fast, to have, 3 engines with 200 fuel each as opposed to 1 engine with 600 fuel, because you're using a lot of the fuel just to push the fuel up in space, or, well, from the surface of Kerbin, if you know what I mean. I hope that, I think that makes sense. If it doesn't make sense, it's my explanation that's botching it, but, then we'll put some more swivels down here, because honestly, those seem to be working out fine. And now the real problem is we have to add 3 decouplers. And then we only get so many more parts. And at the present moment, we don't have any... We need solid fuel boosters, I think, at least. Maybe we can get away with the... Because, like, this is going to take us 25. We could try it with aerodynamic nose cones, no fins, and 2 science. Shall we? So now it's obvious that the next yeah, we can't do that. The next problem is the is part limit. So hopefully we'll succeed on some contracts and then upgrade our vehicle assembly bay. This is all our hopes and dreams. There's no decoupler here. Let's check our staging. It's gonna go boop. 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 It's gonna go boop, and then we're good to go. I would like to have the engines fire at the same time that the decoupling happens. So, I would like, you know, it's gonna go like that. So, if we put the engines just above the decoupler, they should fire simultaneously, which might be bad practice, but I'm okay with giving this a shot. So this is all my hopes and dreams. Let's go over our goals quickly. I'm gonna leave just to double check mission control for like the 20th time. We gotta get to 320 to 330,000 meters in orbit, and then test the engine, which I believe in our present case, like we've done testing missions before, right? Yeah. I think it just means use it. So it like hit the throttle for like a second or something. Leave the facility. All right, 320 to 330,000 meters. Really what that means is we have to get apoapsis above 330,000 meters. And then, I mean, that seems quite high, but as a result, then we'll have many opportunities to at least get a chance to test it, I think. So we're gonna go launch pad, all my hopes and dreams, experimental parts. And sure, Valentina, let's go. Last one worked. We probably could have done better on the gravity turn. We probably could have had better fuel. If this is... I'm mad. I'm mad. Take me back to the Space Center. Why am I mad? Did I not save the vessel that I just built? Don't talk to me about this. What happened to the vessel? I thought I clicked the save button. Did I not click the... Save, auto-saved. Contains experimental parts. I can't zoom in enough. Load this bad boy up. This is the one. Okay, all my hopes and dreams. Mark II. Swivel engine testing. There we go. Thank you for the auto-save. Otherwise, this would have been a catastrophe. So hopefully it stands up on the launch pad. That's number one. Ooh, wait a minute. There you go. Yeah, okay. So throttle up to max, SAS on. Let's go. We didn't even use the struts, but that's, again, the part limit is kind of a problem for us here. So we want to... I don't know the way to hit, like, the most ridiculous... Oh, there's the marker indicators right here. Good to know. Prograde and retrograde. So the one that looks like the folded wing... Well, we shouldn't do it that way. It's gonna be like the one that looks like the folded wing tri-wing destroyer from the Star Wars franchise is the one we're looking for here. We do probably want to do the gravity turn, but I still suggest that we wait until we drop these fuel boosters. And then probably throttle down just a little bit. Start to do the turn. Assuming you don't want to come through the atmosphere at an angle like this. And yet here we are. Apoapsis. 146,000 meters. We need that to be much higher. Don't have a ton of fuel left. Our gravity turn was bad this time. $185,000 meters. I guess technically we'd rather be going more straight up here if that's the case. Like right along the prograde marker. Okay, so we're about to run into some interesting sort of situations here, I think, but we're gonna decouple. Might need a little bit more fuel in the future. We're just trying to get this apoapsis up to 330,000. And then we're gonna burn along the horizon and hopefully be okay. And then keep like a little bit of fuel remaining, and then I don't know, it might just be in space forever, but we'll see. So we want us to, I mean, it might be better to get it to like 335,000. We're not gonna have a ton of fuel left to do the burn we normally do. But we'll see. This might work. This is a little bit of trial and error, admittedly. We still got a decent amount of fuel left, not a ton. So we're gonna like 338,000. There you go. Then we're gonna drift slowly up to apoapsis. Which is not decaying right now. I don't know if this counts as being in orbit. I know it says orbit. Much as this might surprise you, I don't consider myself to be an idiot. Would getting to 300,000 count if we just used our engine as being in orbit here? Like, what did we succeed on? Orbit, yeah, okay, no kidding. Orbit Kerbin, yeah, no kidding. Okay, world's first milestones. Sick, thanks for the gold. We want to speed up. You know, we should align ourselves with the prograde marker just above the horizon first. And as soon as we hit like 300... Wait a minute, give me a second here. That's how you get on a 90-degree heading, you idiot. The part of the nav ball that says 90. Oh. Okay. Why don't they just say that in the tutorial? They always go, we'll make it so the HDG reading at the bottom of the nav ball says 90. They don't say, hey, on the nav ball, there's a vertical axis that says 90, perpendicular to the horizon. Go for that, you dummy. Okay, don't blame the tutorial makers. They're doing it out of the goodness of their heart. I am furious, though. Okay, so we're just waiting for the prograde marker to basically catch up to us. Technically, we probably shouldn't be on a heading of 90. Should be on a heading of whatever our gravity turn was at. So basically at 330,000, we want to accelerate more or less parallel to the horizon. So probably like down here. I'm hopeful that as soon as I turn the engine on at like, well, we'll do it at 320,000-ish. So that it might count as the test succeeding to begin with. And then we can just come back to Kerbin. And it should have worked. Because if, again, our nav ball says orbit, our relative velocity is relative to orbit right now. If this counts as orbit, then sweet. We might actually have to hit orbit, though. We don't have a ton of fuel, which worries me, but okay, so once we hit 320,000, we're gonna hit it and we're gonna check this and see if it works. We're almost there. Obviously, approaching it very, very slowly at this point. 320. Technically, we should wait a little longer. Because it's going slow enough, I think we should hit it at like 328. And again, the longer we wait, the more the prograde marker comes in line with where we are anyway, so I think that means that we're using our fuel more efficiently. It's not like we can miss it, is the thing. So 326, 327. I'm just going to hit it at 328. I think we can afford that level of tolerance built in. Let's go. This thing's spreading out like crazy. Is it going to make it? Is it going to make it? It's got a long way to go on this side. Wow. It didn't make it by, like, the size of one ocean. I'm mad. On the other hand, hey, check this out. Get ejected, son. And then we'll speed up to infinity time. Whoa. Hey, pause. Oh. Should have done it at a higher altitude, dude. What a waste. You already went up there with the science. Why not at least go for it, right? So I don't know how much science value we're actually going to get out of that, but it is what it is. I messed it up. Okay, so we want to be roughly flat here as we come into the atmosphere. We've done the staging properly. Valentina's loving it, and she did hit the next level, so, you know, good for her. She's been working hard. Did die a few times as well. Right, probably don't move when you're going at speed 4. Oh! That's the science. We're gonna be fine. It is... Ooh. Yeah, maybe that angle's a little bit better. Yeah, maybe, but like... Things are getting a little hot. Just trust the scientists. They've been doing this job for... Trust the scientists. Jesus, the Earth's atmosphere is too freaking tall, man. It lasts forever here. Oh, that's a problem. I can no longer adjust to the point that the heat shield takes care of it completely. It's probably a good argument to be made for not re-entering the Earth's atmosphere at 90 degrees. Perpendicular to the surface of the planet. I think we've done it. Surely looked a little dicey. Things are very slowly starting to cool down, I think. So that's why I have the heat shield on, for totally botched situations like that. Alright, so now that we're in, not so hot anymore, put SAS back on. Basically, we're just gonna tell the parachute to trigger as soon as it can. I would prefer if you didn't land in the middle of the Himalayan mountain range. This does alarm me to some extent, because the capsule could tumble down the mountain. I don't know if they've modeled that, but it does surely seem that there could be a chance. Please, parachute. It's done it. It's like barely done it. Jeez Louise. Recover vessel. Ooh, no problems. We're gonna launch again, but we're gonna launch with more fuel, I think, and hopefully a better gravity. I don't know. Maybe do we need a better gravity turn? By the way, 0 science earned. Excuse me. While in space, because it was in an orbit. That's fair. No science for that crew report. I thought really we'd have a chance. So I think we'll go back to the vehicle assembly bay quickly here. What was the problem? Well, I mean, part of the problem is that we didn't have enough fuel. It becomes an issue with the level of parts that we have, you know what I mean? Because these things are super efficient for the amount of parts that we have. They're one part, and they get us like off the ground. So I'm going to do something that's probably fairly suspect. And I really don't know how this is going to work. Yeah, like I have no idea how this is going to work, but this is the spirit of Kerbal Space Program. Let's give it a try, right? So we're going to shift zoom in here. Try to put 3 of these bad boys on the radial decouplers. So our stage 2 now is going to be solid fuel boosters, which is very frightening for me. Especially because they poke out, like... I guess if we put nose cones on them, maybe it won't be so bad. And then... like another... I guess we should jettison them. But I kind of want to put... yeah, this will lead to everybody dying, but I have to try it. Put on, like, some structural fuselages. And then, how many parts do we have left here? 21. So we can only put 9 engines on. Only. But that's actually because of radial decouplers. That is a problem. Well, we should just do it straight up then. Like this. Now, is this any better? I actually don't know. But I do know we want nose cones. We already have science. I don't know how long that's going to last, but... this might be a good opportunity to try struts. And you might be saying, well, you still got some parts here. Yeah, you're not wrong. So I'm actually going to throw another couple of fuel tanks down here if possible. Come on, you know you can fit there. Like, is that fit? I don't think so. Does that fit? Might be a better way to describe that. Okay, so you guys get over here. You pop in. Pop in. Go to town. Trilateral symmetry. 26 parts. Again, not fully convinced. $29 parts? 29 parts. Okay. So you're going to fire these, decouple, fire these. These should be on the same stack. Hit the engine. Ah. You're going to decouple. No. You're going to decouple here, and then you're going to hit the engine. Let's try this again. Hit it. Hit it. Hit it. Good to go. All right, All My Hopes and Dreams Mark III. Let's give it a shot. I'm not necessarily super optimistic about this working out. It also has no aerodynamic capabilities whatsoever. But we know what we're doing. Hopefully. So I don't know, maybe we should try the gravity turn like slightly earlier? So I think the obvious thing here is we're not getting quite the same level of liftoff with our first phase of solid fuel boosters. I'm also going to throttle up to maximum temporarily. We've got to be careful because we only have one phase that actually takes advantage of this, so we could burn up all of our fuel really, really quickly. So we're going to dump these in just a second. Then we're going to start our gravity turn. Yeah, we have no aerodynamic ability. But we are, like, mildly turning. Although, also, like, spinning. Thanks, nose cones. This looks bad. Yeah, so, I mean, I don't know. Effectively, I have no idea. Oh, no! Sticky keys! I have no idea how that went. Apoapsis right now is 200 and... It's going up. It's going up at a good rate. We're in orbit. Observe mystery goo. Let's wait till we get a little higher to observe the other one, just in case. You know what? Give me a crew report. It's not good enough. We're going to do another crew report when we get closer to Apoapsis. Is that 3? Okay, cut. We don't have a ton of fuel still. But we basically have a full tank, or we have a full setup of what we had earlier. So I'm just going to speed... Well, no, I'm not going to speed up. What we're going to do is try to match the... roughly the heading of our prograde marker, which indicates the direction of travel, I think, while getting just slightly above the horizon. Or maybe we might even be able to do a little bit below the horizon, but let's not reinvent the wheel just yet. Okay, so Apoapsis, 345,000. It's much higher than we probably need it to be, admittedly. I'm kind of surprised that the thing that we built in the first place even made it possible for us to get into space. So I consider this, like, if not a milestone, at least kind of amazing. So I'm gonna wait until about, 300,000. Once we get to 300,000, as long as we stay roughly on the right heading here. Once we get to 300,000, I'll do new science and I'll do a crew report again. At least, hopefully, we can get something greater out of having been on this orbital trajectory. Even if the mission itself doesn't come through to fruition for us, right? Okay, so we're at 275. We should just take it on speed 1 for now. I don't think 300,000 necessarily matters. So you know what? Reset goo canister. Observe mystery goo. What happens to mystery goo in orbit? Feels right at home here. That's new science. Crew report. Yes. Crew in. Reporting from space. Dope. Okay. Good job, team. What are those struts? These are excess struts? I didn't need to apply those. That was an accident. Oh no, that's the radial decoupler, probably. So when we hit 3... We might as well wait until Apoapsis this time, because if it works, we know it only works if we hit it while actually in orbit, which we're not in yet. So again, the goal, accelerate at Apoapsis until we reach a semi-stable orbit, and then use our engines when we're at a height of 320 to 330,000 meters up. And that should lead to us completing at least our first goal. But again, I'm not positive this is going to work. Remember, our other engine requires us to get to 400,000, so it's like even more difficult. I think we're maybe a couple of degrees off. Maybe we should accelerate at the prograde marker. Like literally pointed directly at the prograde marker, but... Tell you what, when the prograde marker crosses us or Apoapsis, that's what we'll hit first. And then just don't die in space and recover the science, and I'm feeling better. It's gonna be close, whatever one hits first. I don't know if we even need to be slightly above the horizon. Again, we might just want to be on the horizon, and it's the kind of thing where I'm sure like 1 or 2 degrees could make an enormous difference, but whatever. Basically, 345,000 hits, let's say 344. We're going to hit the Z key, and then we're going to see how things change. But I don't have great hopes that this is going to work. But either way, we're going to get science out of it. We're going to progress our overall aims here. 344,000. coming right up. The prograde marker basically is on top of us. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and burn. Okay. It's blossoming nicely, which is a very strange way to phrase that, since we're talking about a rocket and not a debutante. Where is this going? I don't know. I think we might do it. We got fuel. We got a decent amount of fuel. Periapsis is about to appear. Cut it. We got fuel. And we're like in orbit. We're not gonna fall back to the Earth's surface. So now, I think all we have to do is use our engines around 320 to 330,000. Maybe we want to go around once just to do so. I'm a little worried. Well, I mean, if this is periapsis at 117,000, we're definitely not gonna crash into Kerbin. Like, we're going around and around. So we should get ready, because apoapsis is 385. We should get ready, like, roughly around this area to use our engines. And we're going to use these again at 320,000, which is not the right time to do it. We're going to try to bring ourselves back to Kerbin, basically. So go to speed 1, please. We're going to align ourselves along the retrograde marker. Which is right here. Good work, team. And then, you know, why risk it, right? Just hold it. You know we're going to hit it in 320,000 meters. Or at 320,000 meters. Just stay aligned with the retrograde marker. I suppose you could even just point yourself straight down towards, like, the planet itself. And that would also probably work even better, I guess. It seems like a more efficient use of our fuel, but I might be incorrect. I don't know. I believe this is pointed at the periapsis marker. Like, I think that's what the blue is there. But I can't be certain. Anyway, we're going to try it. The big thing here is the science. We don't have a ton of burn here, so we just got to, you know, in about 30 seconds, we're going to hit the button. Hopefully it puts us in an unstable orbit. Just pointed, like, directly at the center of the planet. And I don't mean unstable orbit. I mean, you know, a trajectory that's suborbital, so we'd re-enter the Kerbin's atmosphere. Well, I'll even wait till 323,000, because it was just somewhere in this range, ideally. Let's just hit it. You're gonna tell me this doesn't count as completing the mission? How so, though? How so, though? Because we were in orbit is the thing. Alright, now I'm concerned. So our periapsis is 150,000 meters. I think you're lost in space, buddy. I'm gonna go to, like, million times speed here. Valentina, I got some terrible news. That would have been great news an episode ago, but terrible news right now. I don't think I can bring you back right now. So enjoy I'm gonna end the episode For now, thanks for watching. I don't know how we're going to get Valentina. That, in 20 years from now, maybe we can bring her back. But yeah, it didn't send her with enough fuel. Hey, for now, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the episode. If you did, click the like button. It helps out a great deal. And of course, subscribe if you want to see more in the future. For now, though, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.